Good morning and welcome back to the Dewan Moore Show. I am your host, Dewan Moore. If this is your first time tuning in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If this isn't your first time, why haven't you done so? So let's jump into it. I was surfing the Facebook and came across some fake-ish mixed news. Anywho's, I had to get to the bottom of it, so over to Snoop's I went, and the story that I was checking up on was Kentucky bans interracial marriage. Despite rumors spawned by a vaguely worded bill, Kentucky has neither banned nor attempted to ban interracial marriage. The claim was that Kentucky had passed a bill banning interracial marriage. The rating from Snoop's, mixture. What's true? A vaguely worded bill, SB 180, proposed expanding protections for Kentucky residents seeking to deny services based on sincerely held religious beliefs. What's false? Kentucky has banned or is attempting to ban interracial marriage. On the 12th of March 2016, the website Winning Democrats published an article reporting that the Kentucky State Senate had passed a bill legalizing discrimination against mixed-race couples. That article story referenced SB 180, a bill introduced into the Kentucky State Senate on the 18th of February 2016, and the mentioning of, quote, allowing discrimination against interracial couples, unquote, led some readers to infer that the bill in question had made or would make mixed-race marriage illegal in Kentucky. The bill made no mention of interracial couples. However, instead it sought to clarify that under the provision of the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, enabled by Kentucky in 2013, businesses could not be punished for violating local ordinances that prohibit discrimination based on sexual preference or gender identity if the discriminatory practice was based on, quote, sincerely held religious beliefs, unquote. The Kentucky legislation official SB 180 page summarized the bill as follows. Create a new section of KRS Chapter 446 to define, quote, protective activities, protective activity providers, and protective rights, unquote. Provides legislative intent, prohibit any state, religious, regulation, ordinance, order, judgment of other law or action by any court, commission, or other public agency for impairing, impeding, infringing upon, or otherwise restricting the exercise of protecting the rights by any protected active provider, prohibit a protection activity, be fined, imprisoned, held in contempt, or otherwise punished, or found liable for actions or inactions related to providing or refusing to provide protected activities unless a court finds that the complaining person or the government provided by clear and convincing evidence that a compelling governmental interest in infringing upon the act or refusal to act existing and the least restrictive means was used. Sheesh. Man, that's a whole bunch of word salad is all that is on some BS. The bill's 3 pages make no mention of race in general or interracial marriage in particular. The argument advanced by critics is that the bill is so vaguely worded that it would allow officials, both public and official, and religious, to refuse to sanction mixed-race marriages or businesses to provide service to mixed-race couples simply by citing a religious objection to racial blending. In other words, interracial couples, Muslims, atheists, and gay people. Why would you say gay people? That's people of LGBT community can be denied service by businesses and the government for religious reasons, even though federal law explicitly forbids discrimination. While the bill does not expressly mention these groups, it's so broad that it might as well. However, the provisions of the bill have not actually been passed into law in Kentucky, nor contrary to what is asserted above, has the bill even been approved by the Kentucky Senate. It simply cleared committees, paving the way for it to be voted upon. The measure would have to be passed by both houses of Kentucky legislature and signed by the governor before becoming law. Moreover, it is exceedingly unlikely that a state allowing its residents to engage in a form of denial of service by citing, quote, sincerely held religious beliefs, unquote, would pass constitutional muster if challenged. That doesn't mean citizens shouldn't be concerned about the potential deleterious effect of such a broadly or vaguely worded law, though. For example, on the 29th of February 2016, editorial published by Kentucky State Journal, written by former lobbyists familiar with Kentucky's recent legislation history, detailed concerns about the bill's potential advanced discrimination law and practices. Over the past decade, I have witnessed an unfortunate trend towards discrimination against LGBT citizens based upon all things religious beliefs. Nothing is more evident of that Senate Bill 180 from the current legislation session. This bill has already gained approval from the Senate committee, oddly enough with a moniker of public protection, and if it achieves passage, Lexington mayor may not be welcome in some businesses in his own city. Sir Elton John may not be able to go into some restaurants in Louisville, and after one of his concerts, and a great number of Kentucky LGBT citizens, many of whom I proudly call friends, could suffer the same fate in cities across our fine Commonwealth. So where does this stop? Will police one day not have to protect LGBT citizens? Nobody knows the answer to that question, and that is what we as Kentuckians should fear. Thankfully, the House of Representatives is still in a position, at least for now, to stop such a legislation. Many instances of this controversy appear in the stem form of a March 3rd, 26 article posted on the website Progress Kentucky, which contained a clarification at the end about potentially misleading headlines. In short, SB 180 was primarily interpreted as a bill that would allow individuals to cite their religious beliefs as a legally valid reason for discrimination against same-sex couples, but some critics attempted to warn the public of the bill's implications, broadening its hypothetical scope to encompass legalizing discrimination against mixed couples as well. On the 15th of March 2016, SB 180 was passed in a 22-16 vote and moved on to the State House. It was not confided into law on that date. So, let me know what you guys think about that. Did you see the story about this on Facebook? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about all this. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for sitting through such a long read. Smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this content, and if you would like to see more. I'll see you next time on the Dewan Moore Show. Thank you for joining me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with me, and for that I'm always truly thankful. See you next time.